it's Sam. I'm so cold down here. It's freezing. Anyway, so I am doing today a video that I feel is going to be super helpful because I spoke last week about these new Urban Decay brushes, but I hadn't tried them out yet. So in today's video, I'm doing a tutorial using a bunch of new products, as well as using only these brushes to do my normal regular makeup. With the exception of a beauty blender, I started to use a foundation brush. You'll see when I'm doing it, and I was like, woo! So that's the only exception. But everything else that I usually would use brushes for, I have substituted with the Urban Decay brushes because I wanted to put them to the test and really let you guys know how they worked. Hopefully you guys will find this helpful. I feel like these are kind of like, you know, there's one thing to feel the brush, but then there's one thing to use it with your regular products to see how it works with your other, like as compared to your other products. So also I'm going to be using the new Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette is in this tutorial to get this look. I'm also using the new, what is this, L'Oreal La Palette lip palette. So I'm using a few new products in this tutorial as well. So it's just kind of like a nice fall makeup tutorial using a bunch of new products and a bunch of new brushes, and hopefully you guys will find it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Continue watching to see how I got this look and my thoughts on the brushes, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okie dokie, so the first thing I'm gonna do is prime my face. I'm actually using something different today, guys. Onami, I think it's Onami Powerful Priming Serum. This is a clinical skin tone corrector radiance booster. This is what it looks like. It has a nice little pump. So we're just going to do, whoop, there we go, 1 squirt of that. I'm going to apply that to my entire face. It smells so good. Oh, I like that. Oh my gosh, can you guys see this rash? Look, it's like, I can't win. I can't win with my silly face. So for foundation, I'm going to go ahead and use my Double Wear, but this time I'm going to be trying the Urban Decay brushes to apply. So I'm going to take the large tapered foundation brush, and I'm just going to dip that right into, oh, it is so big. I don't know if I like this as much as the beauty blender, guys. It almost feels a little hard when you're using it, like it's not so soft. Like it feels really soft on your hands when I was trying it out. But to actually use it, it's a little rough. I don't know. I don't think that coverage is very good, to be honest. I'm going to have to go to I'm going to use my beauty blender now because I don't really like the way that applies. So for me, I personally don't like that for foundation, but I happen to really love the beauty blender, so I don't really use brushes at all anymore, but it feels a little rough. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over that with my beauty blender. It just felt kind of hard to work with. Oh man, this rash is so bad. It hurts. Like, it's actually very uncomfortable, like stingy rash, and I don't know why I have it. If anyone else has it that's never had a rash like this before, please let me know because it's driving me insane. I'm not used to having a dry rash. That's never happened to me before. So clearly it's something that I'm using. I'm wondering if it's just like my skin is like, whoa, glycolic lady. Because it doesn't feel like the Retin-A rash that I had. That wasn't a rash, it was just dry skin. Like this feels like my skin is upset with something. And I have a feeling it's the glycolic. I'm wondering if I'm just using too much of it. Man, I cannot get anything out of here. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll use the, oh wait, that's eyeshadow there. I'm just gonna go ahead and, yes! I'm gonna stick my foundation brush in there. This is the F108, and I'm just gonna, aha, there we go. Now, hopefully, I can use my beauty blender because I'm out of my foundation. I actually like the flat brush better than the big dome one for the foundation. Flat brush isn't bad. Oh, that rash is looking terrible. Darn it. See, concealer is the same, but I am going to use a different brush today to blend that out, so we shall see how that works. Domed concealer. This is the F112. Okay, I'm nervous. This is really little. See, with my other one, I kind of like press the concealer into me, which is why I really like it, because it doesn't disrupt the foundation underneath, whereas I feel like this one is kind of disrupting the foundation just a little bit because I'm like swiping it. But I will say it's actually blending it nicely. It's really nice for like getting into the little nooks and crannies. Okay, so that one actually works pretty well. I still prefer my bigger brush just because it's bigger. But that one does actually work quite nicely. For my NARS powder, the one that I use normally is kind of a flatter but fluffier one. So what shall we use? I think I'm actually going to use this contour definition one because it feels the most like the brush that I have. So I'm just going to basically press that. So this is the F109. And I'm just going to take my NARS because you want something that's quite stiff, but not too stiff, because then it really can press into the lines. And it's actually quite good. It's kind of a good shape to get underneath with the powder as well, like underneath the eyes. And this one feels really soft on the face. And it's like big enough to where you can get a good amount of area, but then because it has that little corner, it gets in the eyes really nicely. So yeah, I'm gonna say yes. This one I like. So now for my white powder, what am I gonna use? I think I'm gonna use the large, like fluffy blending for this. Large blending. This seems to be working nicely. That worked pretty well. Okay, that one's okay. That's good. Now for powder, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use the large powder F102 because I like this brush a lot. I think it looks really awesome. I haven't used it. I've only used it to dust off my bake so far. I haven't actually used it to like apply powder. So let's give it a go. It feels really nice. It's definitely a lot looser than the one I use. I feel like that took away my foundation because now you can see my age spots really bad. That's kind of weird and I don't like that. I think it's just really hard when you like are trying new brushes because you're so used to the ones that you use. So now I'm using the large tapered powder brush. This is the F103 to apply my bronzer. I'm using the exact same bronzer that I always use. And this is the type of brush that I used with my Morphe. This one definitely feels a little bit wigglier though. It's not quite as, like, it's a little longer. Seems to be doing a good job though. It's not, I think it's tough because I'm just not used to these brushes. Plus they're brand new. And I love brushes when they've kind of like been used a little bit more because I feel like it fluffs them out a little bit. You kind of just get like a better groove to your face almost. It definitely feels soft. It's getting the job done. So it's a bit loose for me. I prefer the Morphe one that I have. It does what I need it to do, but it's just kind of a bit messier. And the Morphe one seems a little bit easier to blend out. Okay, so now for the blush, we're going to use the Diffusing blush. For my blush, I'm going to go ahead and use my regular blush that I always use because I want to see how it works with my regular product. It picks up a lot of product though, so be careful when you are using it. But I am still getting that glow that I normally get from my brush. So I like the blush brush. The blush brush is nice. I definitely need to bake, and I saw quite a few people asking me why I do this. Do you see this messiness right here? It just looks blotchy. This is why I like to bake, because then it kind of like takes care of any powder that is not where you want it to be, and it just makes your contour just look a lot nicer, a lot cleaner. So I will say that I feel kind of like, I don't know, I just don't like my makeup very much today. You know, it's amazing what brushes will do when you're not used to using those kind, you know? I mean, the rash is not helping, I'll be honest with that. That's making me look a little red around here. But I feel like normally that would have been covered up. So I'm not sure what's going on. So for my highlight, I actually do really like this brush. This is a really good one. I'm just gonna go ahead and take Vow from Moonplay Cosmetics, and I'm just gonna show you how good this brush looks, or works, I should say, because this one does really work amazingly. Like, look, that it really does give you a really, it like really buffs it into the skin. That's just gonna save the whole look. As long as your highlights, you know, brush, you're gonna be okay. Just gonna do a little bit above the brows. And we're saved. So yes, I absolutely love the highlighter brush. So this is the Essential Eye Tool E217. So I'm going to use the spoolie first to brush up my brows, which I think works just fine and dandy. Then I'm going to take the angled brow in my, what is this stuff called? The Ka-Brow by Benefit. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that. Okay, so that one works nicely. It's actually a little bit bigger than the one that comes in the actual Ka-Brow kit, so you get done a little bit faster, which is always nice. Next I'm going to take the Moon Dust brush, and I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrow highlight. I feel like this is going to be a really good brush for that. Yeah, so this is like the perfect size for a brow bone highlight. This is also the brush that they recommend to apply the Moon Dust shadows with, which I absolutely love those shadows. I'm also going to pop that in my inner corner. So now I'm going to take this Smokey crease, and I'm going to go into the new Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. And I'm going to take a little bit of C's, which is right here. It's this kind of like reddish color. And I'm going to pop that right into, ooh, this is soft. Oh my gosh, this is really soft. It's like super duper silky and fluffy. This actually covers quite a big surface area. So if you're trying to be more precise, I wouldn't use this one, but this is kind of like, I like to use quite big ones in my crease because I like everything to be really like fluffy and, you know, just kind of like disappearing into the world. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Jones right here, and I'm just going to add that on top just to kind of make it a little bit more kind of peachy colored rather than pink. This is the medium eyeshadow brush. It's a little bit more flat, and I'm going to take this color over here, Delirious. I'm just putting that like right at my base. And this brush is working really well for this. So far, I'm really impressed with the eyeshadow brushes. Brush did cause a little bit of fallout, just so you know. Now, I'm going to take a slightly smaller brush. This is the Tapered Blending E209, so it's a little bit more kind of controlled, I think, anyway. And we're going to take Alchemy, which is this color right here. There we go, can you see? There we go. It's more of like a purpley tone. And we're gonna put that right into the crease. I'm just going to kind of blend that darker purple out. Then I'm going to take that bigger brush that we started off with and just kind of soften everything again. So I like this brush. This is nice. These are really, really soft, guys. They feel really good when you are blending out your shadows. We're going to use the finger brush, which I've been the most excited to try because I feel like if this can actually represent a finger, that'd be awesome. So this is what it looks like. It's a little bit more domed. And I'm going to go ahead and take Warning, which is this really gorgeous like reddish shade. And it does have a lot of, like, it looks like it's got a lot of kind of shimmer. So I'm sticking my finger brush in there. I'm going to do one side with the brush. And then we'll do one side with the finger, and we're going to see if we notice a difference. Okay, so that's with the finger brush. Now let's try my actual finger. Yeah, there's really no comparison, guys. I wanted to believe that it could be like a finger, but can you guys tell? This one is so much more metallic and pigmented than this side. Let's try it wet, though. We could try it wet and see if that works. Because maybe that's what they intended it for, was to be wet. Okay, so if you use it wet, it will give you the same effect as if you use it on your finger. So there you go. Don't try it dry. Just use it wet and you'll be good. Okay, I'm just going to go back in with that purple color at the base and just kind of deepen it just a little bit. Then I'm going to take this little brush right here, which is called the Smokey Smudger, and I'm going to take Jones, which is this orange shade right here. And then I'm going to take the Bump, which is a white. So now I'm going to take the Tightline E213 and I'm going to take that color Warning, the reddish one. And I'm going to put that underneath. And then I'm also going to take a little bit Alchemy, that purple color, and just in the outer corner, put a little bit of that. I'm going to put my Cover FX, what is this? Perfect Pencil Crayon. So I'm using the exact same mascara that I always use. First I put my base down, which was the Lancome Seals Booster XL. And now I'm using my Hypnos Drama. I've got to say, the eye brushes I'm happy with. I would recommend those ones. I think they do a good job. The finger brush, I had a little higher hopes for. I don't think it quite can do what the finger can do. However, once you get it wet, I think it's pretty darn close as far as a brush goes. So if you got big old nails and you're looking for something that is going to pretend to be your finger, that would be the closest thing, but just make sure that you get it wet first. Okay, so for lips today, I'm going to go ahead and use the L'Oreal La Palette Lip. This is a cream matte and highlighter in Nude 03. It looks beautiful. I haven't used it yet, but I'm super excited to try it out. First, I'm going to go ahead and line with, where's my lip line? This is so bad in here, guys. I need to clean my room. I should just stop filming just so that I can clean my room, because this is just, I don't know where anything is. It's just so bad. So I'm going to have to just use another lip liner. So what shall I use? I'm going to take MAC Staunchly Stylish. Ow. So now I'm going to try out one of the lip brushes that is also from Urban Decay. I just got to figure out which, I think it's this one. Yeah, the angled lip. Looks like that. And I think I'm going to take this really beautiful color right here. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I like this lip brush a lot. The angle is really nice. And it has like a good amount of looseness and a good amount of stiffness. Okay, my battery died and I didn't realize, but basically I put this color right here in the outer corners, and then I ended up putting a little bit of this kind of shimmery cream color right in the center to highlight, and it looks really pretty. So I like this palette. This is nice. So now I'm going to take that powder brush and just kind of like dust off my bake, which this is actually how I've been using this brush, and I actually really liked it. I think it works really well for that. So I would definitely recommend using it to bake or to dust off your bake. I don't know if I would use it to do my powder though. Okay, so there's the finished look. So I think the eye look turned out beautiful. I would highly recommend any of the eye brushes. I think they're all really, really nice. So every single brush that I use for my eyes, I'm really happy with. I would not recommend the face brushes. As far as this, I don't like. I don't think it works very well at all. This is good if you want to lay down product, but I wouldn't like actually blend out with it. The powder brushes just didn't do the trick as far as what I'm used to. The only brush that I would recommend as far as like that I would use, which I have been using, is this one, which is the F102 large powder, and I would only use this to dust off my bake because I really do like the way it dusts off your bake. I also really like this blush brush. I think that one works really well, so I would recommend that one. And then I would also recommend the Diffusing highlighter F106. So those three, as far as face, I like. I would recommend these three. The other ones I would not go with. And then as far as the lip, I like the lip pencil. I think that works really well. And I liked all of the eye brushes. The finger brush, I think, is a little bit of a, you might as well just use your finger. Like, I still have nails. If your nails are super long, you could always go and get the finger brush. But honestly, I would just keep on using my finger. So, I'm kind of like here with the finger brush. If you use it wet, it works. The eyebrow pencil as well did a good job. I like that. So basically it's just everything other than the face that I did like. But now you know, like if you were thinking about buying these brushes, which ones to get and which ones you could probably say no. I wanted this to be an honest review. I was sent these, and while I think they are absolutely beautiful brushes, I like the design. They're very expensive, and there are like the eye brushes, I feel like those are really nice. Ones that I did mention, I do like. I think they're nice. It just depends on what you're wanting to spend. So I hope you guys found that helpful. I always try to keep my reviews very honest, whether or not I was sent the product. So there you go. Hopefully you found it helpful, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Oh no, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.